Hey Garrett, how you doing? All right, this is a really great start. I'm going to go through the narrative and I'm going to kind of describe what I see. So if I get something wrong, it might be an indication that that frame might need to be cleaned up. Plus, I'm going to comment on anything that I think isn't working. All right. All right, so we've got the first frame. I introduced the setting. That's great. So the setting is a picnic. I'm not real sure what this guy is doing. Are his friends walking up to the picnic and he's saying, hey, welcome, right? So that's what I'm getting out of the first one. And then we move from the first frame to the second frame where I don't know what's happening here. I'm guessing that he's asking this dude if he wants to play Frisbee. He's got a Frisbee in a hand. He's got a Frisbee in the thought bubble. But this guy right here, he's got his hands up. So I don't understand the relevance of him with his hands up. It almost looks like a stick up. When you take this frame out of context and look at it almost looks like he's getting robbed. This guy's got his hands up and he's getting pointing something to him. You see what I'm saying? So I would recommend you clean this up and try to figure out a way that this guy apparently is saying, yeah, I do want to play Frisbee, but I'm not real sure. Right now he looks like either a prize fighter or somebody who's being accosted. Do you see what I'm saying? And I don't mean to sound discouraging at all, Garrett. I don't. I'm just trying to tell you exactly what I'm seeing in the hopes that we can improve this so that others don't get confused as we move through the project, right? Okay, so apparently, so introduction, welcome to my picnic. Here's the setting, introducing the main players. That's fantastic. Make sure, right now, this guy who presumably is his picnic, he doesn't have a baseball cap on, but here he does. So you want to keep this really consistent, right? So here's the guy there. Now they're playing Frisbee. They have a blast. They're having a blast, right? We go from here, then we go to here. And I don't know what this frame here is. I'm not sure, but we say, okay, they're playing Frisbee. I don't know what this is. Then we go to this guy who launches it. This is a great frame right here. Way over my head. I can't get it. I love the exclamation here with the little lines around it. That's a great frame right there. Then we move over here, and we see that the Frisbee is stuck in the tree. That's great. So now what do? Now I think at this point we kind of have to show back to the main character and maybe show his face with this puzzled look. And I use this as an example, like now what do I do, right? Then maybe he looks around, looks over at the picnic table, sees the pizza. Okay, I see what you do. So you're saying, so shouldn't, okay, I guess this works. I'm not sure if this is the aha moment, right? But in between here, after here, we have to have the befuddled moment. So what do I do now? Then he looks, sees the pizza, gets the idea. Then he grabs the pizza and they continue playing Frisbee, right? So it's so far so good. Everything is really fantastic. I think one thing that's really fun, and I recommend this to all students, is think of a really cool, neat, fun way that you can connect the frames of the narrative so that we can follow the direction. This is a great technique right here. This one has taken pieces out of the original illustrations. In other words, this is about shaving his beard, right? So this designer has taken little pieces of the beard and used the little pieces of the beard to connect the narrative so we can know how to follow the path. This one is using the flight of the hornet to connect the frames. See how cool that is? So what can we use? We want to think of what you can use here. Okay, what could we possibly use? Could we use a Frisbee? Could we use a path of a Frisbee? Could we use little pieces of pepperoni from the pizza itself? Think about it. Think about what you want to use, but think of a really interesting way to instead of just using generic arrows. Okay? All right, those are my recommendations. I think it's a fantastic start. So I'll tell you what, if you have any questions at all, please let me know. I'll be glad to make any necessary clarifications. But again, great start. Thank you, Garrett.